Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're taking a wild ride into the weird world of dreams with Sigmund Freud and his revolutionary book, The Interpretation of Dreams. Forget about sleeping. This stuff will keep you up at night. Freud believed that dreams aren't just your brain doing the mental equivalent of cleaning out the fridge. He claimed they're secret, coded messages from the murky depths of your unconscious mind, where all your deepest, darkest desires are hiding. Buckle up. It's going to get wild. Over the rest of the video, we'll explore his key ideas chapter by chapter. But if you're short on time, I've crunched Freud's concepts into a 1-minute summary. The unconscious mind. Think of your mind like an iceberg. The tiny bit you see is your conscious thoughts. The massive submerged part, that's your unconscious, and it drives a lot of what you do. Wish fulfillment. Freud said dreams are your unconscious desires, dressing up in silly costumes and sneaking out for a joyride. Sometimes those desires are, well, a bit unsavory. Dream work. Your dreams have undercover agents. They censor and twist stuff to make your deepest wishes a little easier to swallow for your conscious mind. Manifest versus latent content. Every dream has a double life. The storyline you remember, manifest content, and the sneaky, hidden meaning, latent content. Last but not least, dream analysis. This is where it gets fun. Analyzing dreams is like being a detective, digging through the nonsense to uncover what your unconscious is really trying to tell you. There you go, the key concepts in 1 minute. If you're scooting off now, thanks for listening and see you in our next video. Otherwise, stay on for a grueling but enriching session on the nitty-gritty of Freudian dream psychoanalysis. Chapter 1. The Scientific Literature on the Problems of the Dream. Whoa, that was a mouthful. Freud kicks things off by tackling a question as old as time. Are dreams just random neuron firing, or is there something deeper at play? Spoiler alert. Freud thinks there's way more going on than meets the eye. He even gets a little salty about it, brushing off past explanations for dreams like they were annoying crumbs in his beard. You know, stuff about gods, your ancestors checking in, or your brain just wandering off during its night shift. Nope, Freud claims dreams are way more exciting than that. Now, here's the fun part. Freud analyzes his own dreams. Yep, he digs right in, dissecting a weird one about a dinner party where he can't find snacks to save his life. He starts free associating, jotting down whatever random stuff pops into his head. About dinner parties, food, frustration, you get the idea. Turns out, this might connect to work stress or some hidden ambition. Who knew skipping hors d'oeuvres could be so revealing? Through careful analysis of his own wacky dreams, Freud shows how even the strangest details can link back to real-life experiences, hidden memories, and your unconscious desires having a secret party. Next, Freud drops a bombshell. Dreams have their own language. It's all symbols and hidden meanings. Houses, water, random people. It's like a bizarre code to be cracked. But don't think dream interpretation is like looking up stuff in a dictionary. Freud says it's all about personal connections, a deep dive into your memories and experiences. That red car in your dream means something very different if you're a race car driver versus someone who got into a fender bender last week. This chapter sets the stage for the rest of the book. Freud establishes the core idea that dreams, while often strange and baffling, are not random. They are meaningful messages from the depths of our unconscious, cleverly disguised, and in need of careful interpretation. Chapter 2. Method of Dream Interpretation. Freud takes his dream theory and cranks it up to 11. He throws around this wild idea. Every single dream, even the super messed up ones, are basically your unconscious desires running wild. Think of it like a secret wish-granting genie, except this genie has questionable taste and a penchant for disguises. He knows. It sounds crazy. Nightmares. Shouldn't those be the opposite of wishes? Freud pulls a classic Freud and explains that it's all about camouflage. That disguised wish fulfillment is the cornerstone of his whole theory. Here's a couple of examples to make your head spin. Anxiety dream. You dream about failing an exam you haven't even thought about. Freud's take? Maybe deep down, you'd rather ditch the stress and have an excuse to fail. Revenge dream. Boss got you down? Dream about them meeting an unfortunate end. Freud says that's your desire for justice, or maybe just a good night's sleep, sneaking out in a not-so-subtle disguise. The man has a point. Our conscious mind is a bit of a stick in the mud. All that self-control, morality, yada yada. Dreams, Freud says, are where the raw, unfiltered you gets to play, under the cover of darkness and some seriously wacky symbolism. Think kids' dreams are different? Freud says, hold my theory. According to him, kids don't have as much of that pesky self-censorship going on, so their dreams are like, I want candy now. Wish fulfillment in its purest, most direct form. Makes you wonder whether all those monster nightmares are really about wanting a pet. Freud's point is, wishes ain't always sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes they're twisted, hidden even from ourselves. A bit like finding rotten broccoli disguised as a birthday cake. But understanding them, Freud argues, reveals a lot about the hidden parts of our minds. Now, this wouldn't be Freud if it were that simple. The master of mind games stresses that a dream analyst isn't just there to take the dream story at face value. They're like detectives, searching for clues that lead to the real hidden desire, driving the whole crazy dream production. This chapter is where Freud gets everyone hooked. Sure, the idea of wish fulfillment is wild, but it makes dreams so much more interesting than random brain farts. If every nightmare is a secret message waiting to be deciphered, well, who wouldn't want to go digging for answers? Chapter 3, The Dream is the Fulfillment of a Wish. Freud, ever the dramatic one, says dreams aren't just wish fulfillment. They're also a super secret language crafted by your unconscious. It involves lots of symbols, and as anyone who's tried to text with mittens on will know, symbolic communication can get messy. He makes a big distinction between two types of symbols. Universal symbols. These are the classics, shared across cultures. Water for the unconscious, a house for your inner self, you know the drill. Think of them like the basic emoji everyone gets. Individual symbols. This is where things get truly bizarre. Your unconscious digs through your personal memory bank, creating a code so specific it needs a Rosetta Stone to be understood. That red car, symbol of passion to one person, a reminder of a fender bender to another. Freud unveils a list of common dream symbols, and boy, are they a doozy. Houses. Your dream house is basically a self-portrait of your mind. Messy attic full of forgotten junk, spooky basement. You get the idea. Falling. It's about loss of control, feeling insecure, or maybe you just need a better mattress. Teeth, symbol of power, fear of aging, could be both. Freud's all about those confusing layers. Nudity. Maybe it's vulnerability. Maybe it's a wish to be free, or maybe you just kicked off your blankets. The man stresses one crucial thing. Dream interpretation is not a one-size-fits-all situation. It's detective work tailored to you. Same symbol, wildly different meanings based on your own life and experiences. Think of it like your brain's super personal game of charades. Can't figure out what those dancing bananas in your dream mean? Time for some good old-fashioned free association. Dreamers are encouraged to let their minds loose, jotting down every random thought a symbol sparks. Those nonsensical ramblings often lead straight to the juicy, latent meaning. Freud's point here is groundbreaking. Dreams have a vocabulary. By cracking their nutty, symbolic code, we unlock a hidden language that speaks directly from the depths of our unconscious. Chapter 4, Distortion in Dreams. Freud starts this chapter with a bombshell. Hold up. So, if dreams are our hidden wishes, why are so many of them downright awful, utterly confusing, or just plain bizarre? Excellent question. This is where he introduces the fascinating concept of dream distortion. Think of your unconscious desires as a bunch of wild animals let loose at a formal dinner. Your conscious mind would not approve. So, what's a dream to do? Enter dream distortion to the rescue. Freud outlines the dream mind's whole playbook of tricks to disguise and censor those chaotic desires. Condensation, like a messy roommate cramming everything into one drawer, multiple ideas, people, or conflicts get smushed into a single confusing dream image. Displacement. Imagine your annoyance at your coworker gets shifted onto a dream argument about a leaky faucet. Same feeling, totally random target. Tricky. Symbolism. As we learned, symbols are already a form of disguise, hiding our raw desires behind a less threatening image. Sneaky, sneaky. Secondary revision. Ever woken up from a weird dream and had your brain try to tidy it up a bit? Yep, that's your conscious mind attempting to make some sense of the chaos. Freud gives us mind-bending examples of how distortion works. Creature feature dream. That terrifying hybrid monster with your ex's head and your dentist's hands. Turns out, it's likely a jumbled mess of several people you have complicated feelings about. Minor meltdown. Nightmarish scenario about forgetting to pay a parking ticket. It could be camouflage for a much bigger anxiety simmering under the surface. The main takeaway? Dream distortion is like a protective filter for your mind. Your desires get to play without completely freaking out your conscious self. Think of it like putting those parental control filters on a super inappropriate movie, except way weirder. This is where the dream analyst steps in like a code breaker. Their job is to look past the bonkers surface level and untangle those distortions, finding the true emotional threads hidden within. Forget the monster. It's about what the monster represents that matters. By recognizing these patterns of distortion, Freud argues, we can start to understand why dreams often seem so illogical and confusing. It's not just random brain activity. It's a carefully constructed disguise. Chapter 5. The Material and Sources of Dreams. Freud's laid out all the crazy, wish fulfillment, symbols, distortion. But here's the burning question. Where do dreams even get their material from? Turns out, they're sneaky scavengers. Here's a breakdown of your dream's favorite sources. Recent experiences. Had an intense work meeting? Accidentally wore mismatched socks. Yep, those details might show up in your dreams, often with a bizarre twist. Memories. Your brain's attic is open for dream business. Childhood events, both momentous and forgotten, get mixed in, reworked, and served up with a side of symbolism. Bodily sensations. Full bladder? Dream of searching for a bathroom ensues. Uncomfy sleeping position? You might be dreaming of being trapped in a tiny box. Your body sometimes stars in the show. Freud gets philosophical for a moment. He suggests dreams might be your brain's attempt to work through unfinished mental business. A nagging worry, an unanswered question, a feeling you haven't fully processed. Think of them as nighttime therapy sessions, just with way less talking and way more absurdity. But wait, there's more. Freud emphasizes that even the tiniest details from your day matter. A random comment you overheard, a fleeting image on the street, a long-lost childhood scent. Any of these can be dream fuel, unlocking hidden desires you didn't even know you had. Freud paints some vivid examples. Decision time. Struggling with a big life choice? You might dream of a crossroads, putting that internal conflict on full display. Unresolved grief. Receiving a letter from a lost loved one. Symbolic wish fulfillment, or a way your mind searches for closure. He highlights the astounding creativity of the dreaming mind, how it weaves together scraps of reality into wacky, elaborate plots and bizarre imagery. Dreams are like a mental collage, made from bits and pieces of your life and filtered through the wild lens of your unconscious. This chapter is a reminder that dreams aren't just random nonsense happening inside your head. They take their cues from your experiences, your anxieties, your hopes. Understanding where the material comes from is a crucial step in decoding the dream's deeper meaning. Chapter 6. The Dream Work. Freud starts by reminding us of the core stuff we've learned so far. Wish fulfillment, dream distortion, funky symbols, the whole wild package. Now he wants to show us how all these pieces come together to build the crazy dreams we experience. He introduces the awesomely named term dream work. This refers to the whole backstage process where your unconscious thoughts and desires get prepped for their big dream performance. And trust me, it involves some serious editing, costume changes, and plot twists. Think of the dream work as a team of kooky stagehands. They use those distortion techniques, condensation, displacement, all that good stuff, to make those raw, unconscious desires a little more audience-friendly for your conscious mind. Freud revisits his mind-body model. Remember the conscious and the vast, mysterious unconscious? Well, dreams are a product of both, plus a peek into how that whole system works. He also throws out the idea that all those distortions, all the dream weirdness, might be why we forget most of them. Our conscious mind, that stickler for logic, sometimes just blocks out the whole bizarre spectacle. And this is where things get super interesting. Freud argues that getting to know your dreams isn't just fun. It's actually a key to understanding yourself better. Dream analysis becomes a tool for therapists and patients alike, where they can delve into those hidden struggles, repressed emotions, and recurring themes messing with your life. Finally, Freud returns to the idea that dreams might also help you solve problems, sort of. While they don't offer a manual with clean-cut solutions, they might express conflicts in new ways or shed a symbolic light on a difficult situation. Think of your dream brain as your own cryptic personal advisor. This chapter wraps up Freud's theory on dreams. Forget them being random nonsense. He believes our minds are never fully asleep. Dreams are the vibrant, albeit super perplexing, expression of that constant dialogue between our conscious and unconscious. Decoding them helps us bridge that gap and get a little closer to understanding ourselves. Chapter 7. The Psychology of the Dream Activities. Freud opens the chapter with a bold move. All right, folks, not all dreams neatly fit my awesome wish fulfillment model. Boom, honesty. Turns out dreams have layers, and even Freud is willing to admit he doesn't have all the answers. Here's where things get interesting. He explores how outside stimuli can mess with your dream machine. The alarm clock. Ever had your pesky alarm become a firing cannon or a death metal band in your dream? That's your mind trying to explain the noise and keep you snoozing. Gotta go. You know the ones. Frantic search for a bathroom in the dream while your body desperately tries not to make it reality. Mind over bladder at its finest. Freud theorizes your dream machinery sometimes works to neutralize outside disturbances and preserve your precious sleep. It weaves them into the dream, albeit in a bizarre, symbolic way, so your conscious mind can make sense of it all and not wake you up. But wait, what about anxiety dreams? Those nightmares that leave you shaken up? How the heck are those supposed to be wishes? Freud has a few intriguing explanations. Hidden wish in disguise. The anxiety might be masking a deeper hidden wish for something. The fear serves both as punishment and disguise. Sneaky. Mastering the monster. Your dreaming mind might be letting you face a scary situation safely. A way to try and gain control over your anxieties through dream exposure therapy. Freud then gets a tad philosophical, introducing the concepts of primary and secondary mental processes. Primary process, your wild child unconscious at play. Logic-free, pleasure-driven, all about those immediate desires. Think of it as your 3-year-old self on a sugar rush. Secondary process, your grown-up conscious mind. Logical, rational, all about delayed gratification and making sure you function in the real world. Total buzzkill, honestly. Dreams, Freud says, mostly live on the wild side, operating within that primary process where anything goes. Weird ideas, nonsensical images, and suppressed desires galore. This chapter is where Freud's theories gain some real-world complexity. There's more going on than just wishes gone wild. Dreams become this fascinating bridge between your inner and outer experiences. They fulfill desires, but they also manage anxieties, help you cope with stuff happening to your body, and let your unconscious run wild in a way that mostly doesn't get you in trouble with your conscious mind. So that concludes our exploration of the interpretation of dreams. Remember, Freud's theories are complex and have been debated for decades, but his work opened doors to understanding the unconscious mind and the power of dreams. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more explorations of psychology and the human mind. In the next video, we'll be diving into another fascinating book. Stay tuned. God bless and Godspeed.